Howdy, howdy. Welcome to another episode of the Idiots with Internet podcast. I'm here with Pat. Pat, how you doing today, bud?
Oh, doing great. We're actually recording on Mother's Day, so I got off the phone just recently with my stepmother, Linda. Great gal. Gonna call up my mom in a little while once she gets home. So, sitting back, chilling, enjoying my Sunday. And yourself? How you doing today, bud?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's still a little cold over here, which is kind of weird, but it's Norway, so let's not forget that.
Right, right. No, I hear you there. I'm up in Vermont still, and I think it's supposed to be in the low 60s today, which is nice for this time of year, but I could definitely do with it being notably warmer.
Motherfucker, we had like a little bit of snow yesterday. It didn't stick around, but
Hmm.
I mean, up in the mountains, there's plenty of snow,
Oh, that's
or
not
maybe
cool.
not plenty, but it's you can see bare spots now.
Bare
It's
spots.
it's yeah, bare
I thought that
spots.
was a gay joke at first. It's like, oh, that's where
Oh,
you.
no, that would have been in April because I think Bear Week's in April. But
Oh,
shout out to Providence, Rhode Island. All the homies out there,
yeah, right.
all the otters, cubs, and bears.
P Town.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good for them.
Yeah. So without going into too much detail, you were kind of conducting or helped conduct an auction yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's whatever. Yeah, there was a state auction up here in Vermont, in Berlin actually, uh, Berlin, Vermont, and it was state surplus. So all the stuff that the game wardens had seized from illegally riding on trails, boats that were left, and
That's awesome. Yeah.
old state cars and stuff they were selling off, like dump trucks and shit too.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty fun time.
Certain seized property and then certain
Yeah,
shit that
yeah,
they
like
won't need anymore.
a 2012 Ford Taurus with like 110,000 miles, but it's like the police package with the lights and shit. So,
Yeah.
the Subarus and Priuses and I think there were easily a dozen international dump trucks. So,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
big snowplows. So, yeah, it was decent enough time. It went from I want to say 10 o'clock to about 3. And then, I had to get there early, leave late. So made pretty decent overtime, time and a half for 7 hours, give or take. So I was super
Nice.
pleased to be doing that.
So what kind of role did you play in it?
Oh,
Like,
like
were you
nothing.
organizing
No,
or
I did like nothing. Oh, it was great.
so you just chilled and watched?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Showed up with a box full of stuff and one of my coworkers, and we just sat in the garage for about 5 hours, did nothing, and then at the end, some people came up and registered stuff. But I think altogether we did maybe 12 documents, which is nothing at all.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we maybe,
That sounds like a nice day at work.
yeah, absolutely. I think together we might have done 1 hour of work, and that was over like a 7 hour period. And both of us getting time and a half, just being pleased as peaches.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good time hanging out, just watching idiots and money part ways. It's always
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
to see how the live auction format really gets people to open up their wallets a little bit more.
Yeah, it is something that's not really worth it. But
Right.
I'm curious, did you see any good deals? Like, is there anything you might have potentially bid on?
There were actually so like those little paddle boats that like you sit in it and there's like someone who sits next to you and you have like bicycle pedals and it makes the boat go.
Yeah, I
Like
think
you'd see
so.
them at like fairgrounds or like lake
Yeah,
compounds
like
and
one of
shit like
those
that.
swan boats, but it doesn't
Yeah,
have a swan on it.
exactly. They easily had 20 of those and they were selling them for $5.
See, now that's pretty cool
Yeah,
because if you bought and if you had space to store them,
right.
and if they were all in decent shape, then like you could turn around and sell those for I don't know $50 a pop and make good money on them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So,
$100,
yeah,
like they'll sell real quick.
there was one person that bought 12. Yeah, it was funny at the end of the day to see them come in with a trailer and just load up a fucking boat,
That's
a
so funny.
boatload of boats. Yeah,
Yeah, boatload of boats.
yeah. a fuck ton of boats. I don't know what's a better way to put it.
What'd
Yeah,
you buy today at the auction? Fuckhead. Ah, boatload of boats.
boatload of boats. Yeah, and there were a couple of things here and there. There were some cars that went well above their value, but there were maybe two or three that were decent enough as far as price goes. But I've already got a nice little Civic that I run, and I only owe a
Yeah.
little bit of money on it, so there's no way. Like, I owe less than it's worth, by a
Yeah.
huge stretch. So there's no reason for me to get into something like that. I'd rather,
Yeah.
waste my money on magic cards than buying a new Subaru. Not even
Yeah.
new,
Yeah.
Subaru with like 100,000 miles on it that some shithead state employee drove like a prick over and over.
Yeah. True that. I
Yeah.
I always figured like if I don't know if you know much about cars, but the Toyota Supra, it's like a legendary car that
Yep.
was built in the '90s. It was in the Fast and the Furious. Everybody loves it. It's also super easy to modify. I always wondered, like, I think if I ever were to own one of those, I would probably come across it at an auction,
Yeah.
and that it was
Yeah.
like used, like it was maybe in like a wreck, like a pit maneuver, or like it
Mm-mm.
was seized as, yeah, it was seized for whatever reasons,
Mm.
criminally seized,
Yeah, you can get them
and
as imports. You can buy them from overseas and pay all the fees and
yeah,
extra stuff to get them here. We have people that do
no,
that
no
every
doubt.
once in a while. We actually had, I think this was last week, maybe it was the week before. Um, Somebody bought a car for 1.5 million, and they were registering it with us.
Yeah.
It was the winning car from the 1997 World Rally Championship.
Oh wow,
Yeah, yeah, and they were registering
that's
it.
super cool.
Yeah,
What was it, like a Lancia?
I think it was like a,
Lancia
I
or
think it was a
something?
Subaru Impreza.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and we charged them $49,000 in taxes. So it's just like,
Wow.
cuz I mean, why? If you got the money, sure, who gives a shit? But at the same time,
That's
like,
great. So where does the tax come? Where does that value come from? Like, why? Where do you
so
justify that?
that's exactly what my coworker came up. She's like, Pat, this seems like wrong, and I was like, yeah, well, it says right here on his document that he
Well, he
paid.
filled out the form, so
Well, it was so that was the thing is he presented documents saying that he bought that car for £855,000,
yeah,
and I was like, well, do the math, figure it out what it is, go on the website that we use to figure the value on cars, present that to
yeah.
the customer, verify that this is that car, and then come back over and we'll make sure it's right and do the math. And she did. She
I mean,
checked over
dude,
everything, and yeah, we took that
that guy's
guy's.
Jesus Christ. If
Yeah.
that guy's paying that kind of money for a car, then I mean, I'm sure paying that for tax is nothing, but
Hmm.
still.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing is like, now that's actually a car that would be worth driving up here in Vermont because it's a souped up Impreza, whereas like
It
if
would
you got
think.
like a Gallardo or even like a Huracan, I mean, you just
Right,
wouldn't
you're gonna
drive
be
that on.
scraping
Yeah,
shit up, and all the
exactly.
parking lots to get in and out of any place,
Yeah,
even
but
your own driveway, are gonna be
I mean,
too high. And
for that price, shit, for the $49,000 taxes alone, you could get a pretty beefed up ride.
oh, dude,
Yeah,
if I had 49 grand to dump in my any of my
yeah,
cars, I have my Beamer, and then I have an Audi station wagon, for both from the '90s. I mean, I would dump it into the Beamer, obviously, but oh,
yeah.
dude,
I mean, let
it
alone the
would be a
one point.
brand new car
Yeah,
plus extra horsepower.
yeah. I mean, the 1.5 million is a total separate thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane.
Yeah. So
But like the car itself is just a Subaru,
yeah.
and it's souped up or whatever, but it's like, because it was in a championship, that, I mean, can you really depict value when you tax something like that?
Well, so that's the thing
If
is
that makes
like,
sense. Like,
oh, actually, I just pulled up some pictures of it. That's a pretty slick car. Like, it looks like it's pretty incredible. Subaru Impreza S3
what year?
97.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Colin McRae. So like it's a really famous
He's like,
person.
oh, it was that guy.
Yeah, it was like, oh, okay, that's why. It was like his car. Yeah,
Yeah, but we couldn't say that anyways, even if it was, because customer information is supposed to be protected.
yeah, no, no. I don't
Um,
think it was that. I don't think Colin McRae was the person registering it. That's
no,
just
that guy's probably not living in Vermont, right?
well, that's one of the weird things is like there are really rich people that live up here, so it's
Do
not
that.
out of the realm. Like whenever I see Luis Guzman, like we're friendly, so we talk and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
people come up and like start taking pictures with him and shit, and he's like, "Hey Pat, I gotta go. I can't deal with this," and then just leaves. So it's like, oh yeah, just
Didn't
hey,
he say some shit to you like you should be a voice actor?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a couple months ago. Yeah, and that was exactly it. He was like, "Hey, man, we've talked about it before. You got a good voice for like radio and stuff. You hold yourself well. You've got good, prose in your conversation. You should do something with it." And that's one of the real reasons why I leaned into doing the YouTube thing.
Dude,
You
what
know,
if we could get him on the podcast? That would be fun.
oh yeah, that's
Give him like
yeah,
just shit around with him.
yeah,
Like it's not like an interview. Be like, yeah, we just
yeah,
shit around. Like maybe we ask a question,
yeah.
maybe we don't. Like I don't know. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that would probably be harder just because of his personality, but he's invited me out for drinks like twice. Yeah, he was.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I turned him down both times because it's not really my scene. But I think if he offers again next time, it'd be fun to go out and do something like that. Which is funny because he's growing up in Connecticut, just knowing a lot of like Puerto Rican dads. He's just like
It's
another guy
I
to me. Yeah,
feel like that's how. Yeah.
yeah. It's like the first time I met Priscilla's dad, it was like the first time I met Luis Guzman. Except one guy, like,
Was
turned.
named different. He had a different name.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, you're equally as Puerto Rican and just like, cool. You're just like another guy I already know. And I think that was one of the reasons why him and I get along so well is I don't treat him like, oh my God, you're so special because you made movies. It's like, well, you have a job and you're good at your job.
Yeah,
So,
dude. That's how you. I think all people should treat famous people so that they don't feel like they can't like go out in public because
hmm
they get mobbed.
yeah. Some famous people are pricks about it, like Quentin Tarantino and like Jerry Seinfeld. They're like,
Hey man, to each their own.
yeah. But, on the flip side, it's enjoyable to see, you know,
Like,
when I worked at Okemo, like Elijah Wood came up to our resort at one point and was like shaking hands and doing the meet and greet stuff. And it's nice
hmm.
to see that some people are personable like that. Oh shit. The Bare Naked Ladies, when they were playing in the
Yeah, yeah,
Bull,
yeah.
they
Modest Yahoo went up there too,
yeah,
but
they
I don't know how much meet and greet that was going on with. We
it's
were
funny
just
the
kind of.
when the Bare Naked Ladies were playing, they wouldn't like announce any of their shows. It was just to get like free tickets. So it was just a small, very private, intimate showing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So stuff like
Uh,
that.
I was thinking too, like you were saying, how certain people can be shitty
Mm,
that are famous. Uh, so like the way I look at it, right? If Quentin Tarantino is shitty to me, it's okay because he's Quentin Tarantino. But if Jerry fucking Seinfeld is shitty to me, I mean, it has nothing to do with you being Jerry Seinfeld, your credentials. It's just that kind of guy. I'm not gonna take shit from.
I
Like
probably wouldn't take shit from Quentin
Quentin,
Tarantino. Goddamn
no,
foot
because
fetish
he would
freak.
probably stab you or beat you up or
Oh,
something.
I'd
He might
love that.
have, you know what I
I'd
mean?
absolutely love that to get my
But
fucking jaw
Jerry,
glassed by that guy.
Jerry would
Bring
just
it.
be like, like, hey, why don't you leave me alone?
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Oh,
fuck
what?
off, guy.
Yeah.
I just asked you how you were doing. I didn't even go into anything.
I'm
You
just
know?
gonna start making fun of your bicycle pants now, you old bitch.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude. Oh man, it came to me right. So I'm almost certain in our last one of our episodes called "The Cage" or "Enter the Cage." I don't know
Oh,
if we
yeah,
put it
yeah.
out, but if we have that still, we gotta put that out because we shit on Nick Cage that whole episode basically. And dude, there's a movie coming out, and I'm pretty sure we called it. We predicted that it was gonna be a movie starring only Nick Cage, kind of like a Mike Myers film.
Oh
And
Jesus.
sure as shit, That's what it is. And the
No.
whole, you can look it up right now,
I
dude.
am. I
Oh,
absolutely
hey,
am.
dude,
This is
it's the
great.
worst thing I've ever seen, and it's also the funniest because it's like, wow, he finally realized the joke, and it's like, ah, you still can't say no, can you? You just, you just can't say no to a fucking acting role, huh?
Oh my
But
god, this
dude,
this seems like this. So
it's probably gonna be funny. That's the best thing.
yeah, upcoming
Like,
movie called Renfield. It's an American dark fantasy horror comedy based on a pitch by Robert Kirkman. It stars Hoult, not Nicolas Cage. Oh, totally
no, dude,
different.
no,
Oh,
totally different.
I was like,
This is
that's
called like The Cage or Nickolas Cage. Like
oh,
it
it's
like
starring Nicolas Cage as Dracula. Oh, this is gonna be so
okay, no,
fucking terrible. Oh my
that's
god,
horrible.
he can't stop. It,
Dude, no, he can't.
oh,
Which is even funnier how I saw this preview do a movie that makes sense, like a Nick Cage, but like Austin Powersy, like but action, like it'll be like Mission Impossible. But he plays the bad guy, he plays the good guy, he plays the girl, he plays everything.
God,
Like his face will be superimposed on it on everyone. Like, and it's gonna be so bad, but it's for a people I think who hate Nick Cage, and that's funny.
I would spend money to like punch him.
Dude, did I hallucinate this? I don't understand. Did I? Because I could have dreamed it.
I did not
Dreamt it?
I did not see anything that made me
Dreamt?
think that was going to be a movie, but at the same time, like he makes so much trash that I would not be surprised if
Dude,
Google just can't handle
I
the.
was crying laughing. I was like, I can't believe this. And again, I might have been dreaming, dude, because your boy has crazy dreams that are very real and vivid. But nevertheless, if it's not a thing, we have it documented now on the podcast that we fucking, I called it. Like, it might even be pre-documented that we've talked about this before. But goddamn, I'm telling you, man, Nick Cage starring in a movie about Nick Cage being Nick Cage, and it's like that's how the preview was, and it was so bad and so satirically funny. I was like, yes, this is gonna be actually probably good. Like the guy has a sense of humor. He gets the joke. Like he can't say no to a role. Like for fuck's sake, that movie's probably gonna come out when this Dracula, him playing Dracula movie is coming
Yeah.
out or whatever.
God.
So he's a busy bastard.
Oh, absolutely. He's got a lot of debts to pay.
And for what though?
Oh, he has like
Dude.
a buying addiction. Like if you type in Nicolas Cage Tyrannosaurus skull, it's going to bring you down a really weird rabbit hole of why this guy does what he does.
Fuck.
Yeah, he has like a Tyrannosaurus Rex skull. Like he buys like octopus and shit. Yeah, he's
He buys octopus fecal matter.
octopus.
Like he
No,
just,
no, I think he buys
he has it in a
multiple.
jar.
He probably buys the octopus and then just like takes the shit and then like I don't know, turns it into gravel and then puts gravel all over his bathroom so he can like rub his
Yeah, something
toes in it while he's
artsy and,
pooping.
like weird. Yeah, something weird.
Like a small sandbox so he can put his feet in while he's on the toilet.
Do you think he has a small like raptor collection like
Oh,
hawks
I thought you were gonna
and
say
like eagles
penis.
and such?
I really thought you were gonna say.
Oh, he
penis.
might have a penis collection too.
Oh no, no, like a small penis. I thought that's what you were saying. Do you think he has a small?
Oh.
And then he was like, oh yeah, maybe that's his problem. Is he got a tiny little dick? Could be.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I didn't want to shit on Nick Cage this much in this episode. I was gonna hold off on it, but now I think we're just we're loaded. The gun's loaded, so we might as well just and the safety's been off. Fingers been touching the trigger. We've been just touching it. So hey, I'm pulling it. Fuck Nick Cage. And this episode's called Enter the Cage, if we haven't already done it.
Yeah, right into the cage. Oh my god. You know what would be
Dude, he
great?
sucks so
Okay,
bad.
imagine if they made a cage out of Nicolas Cage and then you went shark diving in it and it just like ate all of his bones.
That's kind of how I feel about Nick Cage. Like if and I'm joking obviously, but it's like I dislike him in everything he's done after since Gone in 60 Seconds, I think was
I did not
think
like
he
him in
was in
that
that.
movie. I don't think I've liked him in any movie.
dude.
I enjoyed his death in Kick-Ass. That was like
Yes.
that's about
Yes.
like my level of entertainment from Nickolas Cage. Like National Treasure. You could have just had like John Cusack play the main character instead. Way better.
You could have had
Yeah,
anyone do it.
I mean
That's
shit.
really
Okay.
the thing.
So like
But
Gone
they
in 60
couldn't. They couldn't.
seconds.
No one wanted.
No,
So Nick was like, oh,
I'll
or he
take
was the
yeah.
first to sign up.
I'll take any role. Yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
his agent has to be the hardest working person in Hollywood.
Or
He's
the laziest cunt ever.
oh
That
yeah,
doesn't
he doesn't.
any email. Yes, yes,
He's
yes.
only got two
yes.
piles: scripts we haven't accepted yet, and scripts we've accepted yet. It's
Yeah,
like
and guess which one's bigger?
Yeah.
Audience.
like it doesn't have a pile for rejected ideas. It's just he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Ah.
You could say that pile looked pretty tall, kind of like the people who didn't do so good in our high school. You know, there was a lot of people who didn't do good in the high school, so the principal would have a stack. We'd have a stack of papers.
I think that's why our vice
Report
principal,
cards.
the very mousy looking horrible mini man, why he was
Oh,
so
wow.
angry all the time. Because honestly, there were a lot of disappointing people that came out of our high school. I'd like to say
no doubt.
I'd like to say I wasn't one, but at the
I
flip
would
side,
hope that I wasn't one, but I did put the staff through hell, so that's what it is.
right, yeah.
You know?
I don't think you made people's lives there easier. I'll admit it.
No, dude. Catch me if you can. Smoking cigarettes in locker rooms, and then
Okay.
I mean, just all kind. It
Okay,
was
hold
like
on,
Metal
hold on.
Gear Solid.
Woot,
you
where
know?
my dog's at? Fuck
Oh
off.
yeah, that
Okay,
was
like-
ridiculous, and the police got called. And it was just
Yeah.
like, you guys
Okay,
are
hold on,
Nazis.
hold on.
I'm out of here.
Okay, Mike. I almost said his last name.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that guy who
Yeah.
believes in energy balls.
Okay,
and stuff like
and
that.
when our school had to go into lockdown because he stole a four-wheeler and some guns so he could go hide in the woods with his homosexual life mate, and the other guy didn't show up.
That's
It's like
hilarious.
it's like I remember spending the whole day like away from the windows.
That's the kind of guy who probably has an OnlyFans where he just puts peanut butter on his face.
Oh God.
It's just that
I
kind of thing.
I remember him telling me how he wasn't like in love with the guy that he was living with. It was just so he could have great sex and live there for free. It's just like, oh no, this is. You shouldn't say these things to me.
Yeah, like, hey,
Yeah, I don't.
you
I,
piece of shit, huh?
I don't. I don't want to know this. Like,
You piece of shit. You're a bad person, huh?
it's like,
Just using people?
is that what my ex-girlfriend thought of me? It's
Ooh.
like, oh, she didn't like me
Ooh,
much, but it was just for a
deep.
replacement. It's like, oh, baby, how about you stop asking me for, to pay for dinner? Why don't you, oh, no, I forgot my wallet at home. Fuck you, baby.
Oh. Fuck you, baby!
I didn't
Yeah, I
realize.
don't know, dude.
My buddy come over last night, and we got to talking. It's the friend I do some like financial stuff with, and I thought I had gotten into Magic like last year. I guess it was like the year before. It was like, holy moly!
Yeah.
I thought, and I was basing it because when I got out of the relationship with my most recent girlfriend, I got into Magic because some of my friends were playing it, and I needed like something to take my mind off of shit. So I got back into Magic. Oh yeah, right. As soon as I stopped getting pussy, I picked up Magic cards. So that's saying something. Yeah, I know, right? They don't go together. It's,
Yeah. That's
which
the
is,
thing.
so my buddy was actually telling me, and he dropped off like $1,000 worth of sealed product with me yesterday, and he's like, man, I don't know how I get laid the way I do. And I looked at him right in his eyes, and I was like, I don't either. Don't worry, he'll never watch these. He doesn't watch my actual content. It's like,
Now I feel bad because I don't watch much of it either. But that's just because I'm so out of the loop when it comes to Magic. I do.
well,
I
that's
do
what I
check it
mean.
out
Where it's
sometimes.
like, I make Magic the Gathering content, so it's kind of like I can't knock anybody for not watching it. Like I've got loaded up on like YouTube right now, a video with 21.3 million views. It's about Minecraft. Like even
Yeah.
though Minecraft is super niche, it's that much bigger than Magic the
Exactly.
Gathering.
And like you want to be more of a like a you want to have passive income coming through like YouTube and also have it as a
Yeah,
hobby to do things like that.
yeah,
And
for sure. Yeah.
I recognize that. I mean, we can plug your page. It's
Yeah,
already in the description
go hit
below. But
over on Pat the Pauper. Like, subscribe, and I do honestly comment on 95% of comments. If you just put the word thanks, I'm not gonna say anything. I'll put like a little like or a heart or whatever. But if you actually come up with like, "Hey man, I enjoyed the video," I'll say thanks, buddy. You've been great. See you again
yeah,
soon. So I'm very interactive with my audience. I know you are on this channel as well, and I
yeah,
like to make
both
it a
of
little bit
us.
of a
But
community.
it's a bummer. I think how everyone podcasts and we're so small out there. It's fun to do it just as a project,
Well, that's
but
exactly it. Yeah.
I do wish I do, or I should say, I sometimes long for people making friends in the comments.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's funny. Like, I've got two real life friends that I met through Magic the Gathering stuff online, and they just live reasonably close. So now we're like actual friends, like text each other and shit.
Yeah, like
Versus,
that's pretty sweet.
you're playing on Call of Duty or whatever, and you meet some random guy in a lobby. It's not like you're gonna hang out at Chick-fil-A that afternoon. Whereas, like, I get
Yeah,
to have the actual entertainment of playing cards with these guys in real life too sometimes. So, and there's like the finance side to it. That's really what drives me in it. Is that,
yeah,
you know,
passive income or
yeah,
potentially lucrative income.
exactly. Being a smart buyer, getting stuff on sale or a good deal, knowing when to open, when to hold, like know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Figuring out price points on different items. It's interesting, and that drives me a lot in that. Don't get me wrong, I love playing Magic cards. Turning shit sideways, do 5 damage. That's a great feeling. But when I pay $85 for a box, open it up, get $150 worth of stuff, and now it's like game
Yeah,
pieces, and
it's
I
kick
get
ass.
yeah, like that's great, and that's
It's like I want to perform more. Like I use this podcast almost as a platform to work on not like public speaking, but like just joking and riffing and trying to come up with shit off the top of your head. This episode's been a bit more deep and not so silly, but that's fine. But I ultimately want to do like maybe comedic guitar work and then perform. Like I want to make money doing little gigs, even if it's a tiny little bit of money, like $10 to show up at an open mic, or uh, $50 to be a regular once a month at like a shitty little bar over here. That would be fun, something to kind of tick off the bucket list.
now, guys, if you've stayed this long into the episode already, we're rounding close to 28 minutes. Go ahead, leave a comment down below. Say, AJ, I'd love for you to write me a song. You can
Oh
PayPal this
Jesus,
guy. Yeah, if you didn't know, guys, AJ takes commissions. So if you
I do
want,
have a PayPal too,
if
which
yeah,
is
exactly.
ridiculous.
If you want him to do a little work, Mark Mills, go ahead, hit it up in the comment section. AJ, I want you to write me a little ballad. Here's
Oh,
$10.
oh,
Give me one
oh,
minute.
oh. Well, Mills is in jail, so
Okay,
oops,
okay. Well, hey, Mark, I,
oops.
I wish the best for you. Make sure to
Yep,
sleep.
back in the
Yeah,
slammer.
make sure to sleep on your back and don't drop the soap. I love you, bud.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bummer for that, but
Yeah.
fucking A, huh?
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to close on, or you want to keep going? We can fuck around for a little more.
We might as well close this one off, take a little bit of a sip break, and then get back into the next one. We're going to try and get content out to you guys a bit more regularly. As two guys
Yeah,
in their
super
early
sorry.
30s, I'm not so much sorry as I am preoccupied. I'm out here trying to make money, get laid, grow plants, wash my balls, clean my dishes, cook my food. There's a lot going on, so having two
Yeah,
YouTube channels is sometimes a little bit much. And I just want to give an extra thanks to you guys for coming in and listening to us just shoot the breeze and bullshit for a while. So thank you, AJ. Thank you guys out there. And I highly doubt there's any women, but to like the two of you, big ups, homegirl.